you go.
There it is. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Facetious number 10, recorded on February 17, 2016 at approximately 8:55 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am one of your hosts this evening. I am Larry, a.k.a. Bluemanrule, joined as usual by my main Damien, my dude, Mike, a.k.a. Scarfinger, a.k.a. Real Talk. Not going to hit the notes today. What's going on?
Yeah, unlike the Beyonce protesters, I actually showed up.
Hey, why did they even? Hey, why you even protesting that? Like, there's no reason to protest that whatsoever.
I mean, I think it was one of those things in the moment. Like the protest was announced like the day after.
Right.
But here's the big deal, and something that Bo said, and a couple of things that a couple other people said. Like when you about to set up a protest, rain will really let you know your loyalty, because the beehive showed up. Rain, sleet, or snow, the beehive showed up. But you know how many people showed up for that protest?
How many?
3
people.
3 people.
Man.
3 people showed up for the Beyonce protest. And like the last lady showed up and she was late. She wasn't even mad about nothing.
Why was she there?
One of them was like a Ted Cruz supporter. He was trying to push his Ted Cruz agenda, and the 3 people that showed up, they did interviews with all 3 of them because it was only 3 of them. Right. So,
nobody getting on the news.
Nobody showed up on time, and the 3 people that did show up, they all had their little agendas.
Were they all black? Did they all show up on CP time?
No. All of the beehive was right. They were anti-protesters. The beehive anti-protesters were there.
That's too much, man. That's too much. I don't understand. Okay, so
we're not talking about Beyonce today.
Oh no. I'm just saying no. It just brings up something. Knox tweeted out something today. And he tweeted out something, said, "Do not be deceived." I favorited it, and it was along the lines of, the First Amendment is, so many people complain about the freedom of speech, but they really want freedom from speech. And
and then the worst part about it is, like, the First Amendment is protecting your speech against the government. Like, it's not. Right. Just so it doesn't mean I can say and do whatever I want to. The same way people bastardize the Second Amendment. Like the Second Amendment is like, yeah, you got a right to have a gun, so that if the government act up, you can overthrow them. Like, people just stopped at the gun part.
Right.
People stopped at the gun part. Is like, you got a right to, Well, I read an article about how the NRA basically lobbied their way into changing the verbiage of, like, how you talk about the Second Amendment, and that led us to where we are now.
Yo, so like the legal interpretation,
right? Well, no, just they changed the propaganda about it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
they changed how we talk about it.
The tenor of the conversation.
Right. So,
okay.
Shout out to my cup.
Shout out to his cup, what he's sipping on.
It's the Dana Carvey. The Dana Carvey joke where he was talking about how, like, no one ever looks cool drinking out of a straw.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? For real, you know what I'm saying? For real, I'm about that life. Like, you can't look cool drinking out of a straw. You can't look hard drinking from a straw.
Like what All Def Digital, where he was talking about the top 10 things a gangster should not say, right?
Bro, what your boy Blood Cuz?
Yeah, Blood Cuz, man. Oh my goodness.
That dude is hilarious. Blood Cuz is hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny.
There is a episode where Blood Cuz is on what is the one, the Spoken Reasons one, where he's like a psychiatrist.
Yeah, Spoken Reasons. Yeah, Dr. Reasons.
Yeah, Dr. Reasons. Yeah. Almost all those Dr. Reasons are hilarious.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you guys hadn't checked out All Def Digital, it's on YouTube. Just type in All Def Digital. They are hilarious. They are not suitable for work, but they are funny. Dr. Reasons in particular, and pretty much anything Blood Cuz has to do or say is funny. It's hilarious.
Speaking of not being for work, I just came back from Deadpool.
Nice. So what did you think? Because I'll hold my reservation till after, or my judgment till after you go.
I thought it was absolutely amazing. It's exactly what you want from Deadpool, and I'm glad they decided to go rated R. Here's the big problem, though. Now everybody is like, well, that did well. Maybe we should put everything else rated R. Like now there's going to be a Wolverine movie that's rated R. And Wolverine should have always been rated R in the first place. If you're doing a Wolverine by himself, like I love the references to Wolverine. Well, more references to the Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
In this movie, like there's an action figure of Deadpool in the Wolverine movie.
Right.
Like he talks about like, how did I get this made? Like I had to, whose balls I had to, that's what for the movie. And he's referring to like, yo, I had to play nice with Wolverine in order,
right.
And then when she takes off his mask and he's wearing a Hugh Jackman piece of paper over his face, like all of that stuff is hilarious, and I loved almost every second of it. Even from the opening of the movie, where they don't say their names, they kind of talk about their archetypes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They don't say any names of the opening sequence at all. It's all like the British villain and the emo teenager. Like that's it. They don't say anybody's names in the beginning.
It was like, what did it say? Starring a hot chick.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that about. I mean, every second. Now, I did not realize there was an after credit scene. I didn't know Fox did after credit scenes.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I was sitting in the theater, and it was because the post credit little things are called stingers, and I just searched for Deadpool stinger, and it's a site called moviestinger.com, and it was like, yes, there is a stinger. It even tells you what's in the stinger if you want to read that far. So it's just a quick way to know it. If when you in the theater at the end, just go ahead and hit your phone for sure. But I enjoyed the movie. Oh, I can't hear you, Mike. I can't hear you. What happened? Hold on. I did not mute you. Mute, unmute. Okay, start talking. I ain't got you. Maybe my speakers went out. Maybe my speakers went out. Let me see.
Okay.
There you go. I
don't know. It seems like my microphone switched back to the default microphone and not my blue snowball.
Okay. I was like, man, what's going on? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just what was I saying?
We were talking about the greatness that was Deadpool, I think.
But no, it was everything that I wanted from Deadpool. Mm-hmm. I'm glad they finally got a chance to do the character right.
Yeah.
What they did to him in the Wolverine movie by just covering over his mouth was
it just me or did you just freeze up?
Oh shit, you froze.
There you go. Okay, I'm sorry. You came back.
I love the fact that the X-Men were there. And it was two, and he acknowledged like, "Hey, Fancy, I only run into the two of you." It's like the studios could only afford two X-Men. Like,
dude, the one-liners and the fourth wall breaking was brilliantly done in this.
Yeah, I mean, like he fourth wall breaks in everything.
Yeah, that's Deadpool. That's
and like even what is it, Marvel versus Capcom, where one of his finishers, he actually takes the hit bar and beats you with it.
Yeah.
Like he just takes that off the screen and hits you with it. Yeah. Like I love it. It's everything. It's everything that I wanted out of Deadpool. And I'm glad that they didn't cave to the pressure of wanting to provide a family friendly hero movie, because like he says through the whole movie, he's not really a hero. like this whole movie, it's not about being heroic for the sake of being heroic. All of this is personal to him.
Right.
It's all personal. Like, this happened to me. I'm gonna fix this. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. You said it's not on. Oh yeah,
No,
I didn't turn.
I don't see
my toolbox wasn't on. I'm guessing it's loading.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Deadpool was the dopest. I very much enjoyed myself with that.
Yeah, I did too, man. And thing is, though, man, that R was like, people were asking online, it's like, should I really take my kids? How legit is that R? It's a legit R because it's a lot of F-bombs. And
there's a lot of F-bombs. You get some boobage. Yeah. I love the Colossus moment where he's fighting old chick and you know, when he's fighting old girl and you know, I guess her chest pops out and he's like holding his hand like, ooh, but like he's holding his hand up, but he's blocking it from us.
Right, exactly.
Also, so, Gina Carano, like, I don't know Gina Carano. I know she's a fighter of some sort. Has she always been that thick?
No, she used to be skinnier. She used to be about Ronda Rousey size because she was the former UFC women's champion or MMA champion before Ronda Rousey. And she's always been like really, really fine, like really, really pretty. But yeah, she got thicker. Like she looked like she put on like 20 pounds, man.
She looked like she had kids. But
yeah.
She looked like she had kids. Like I don't know what she looked like before this. All I'm saying is, you know, I know she was a fighter, but look like she's like, look, I ain't fighting no more. Let me go have these kids because I want to explore my life more.
Right. So, but I mean,
that's a very nice way of saying she got that. But but no, I enjoyed the fight. I didn't know anything about her character.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that she was giving Colossus the business, like I'm like, okay. I had no idea the teenage chick. I had no idea who she was.
I didn't either. I really think she's kind of made up for.
I mean, or she might be in some more recent X-Men shit.
She might be like some of the new Avenger, like the Avenger School or whatever. She might be one of those kids. But yeah, it was funny because the name just sounded so fake. So I was just like, yeah, they had to make her up for this movie, or maybe she is new. I don't know, but
it's cool. It's cool. I enjoy. There's not anything that I didn't like about this.
Yeah, it was really well done, man. It was like Ant-Man surprising as far as like the level of comedy that it reached. You kind of
never saw Ant-Man.
You never saw Ant-Man?
Never got around to Ant-Man.
You need to see that now. Like
I never got around to Ant-Man, and I don't think I ever saw Iron Man 3.
That's fine. Just let it go.
I hear.
Yeah, just.
But I'm getting ready to get a hacked fire stick, so I might be able to, jump on some of that.
Yeah, hey, what you need to do once you get that stick, first thing you need to do is jump on that Into the Badlands from AMC. It's the first thing you need to do.
Technically, I could download that because I downloaded Walking Dead. Oh, I finally got around to watching the other Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead?
Fear. Yeah, I watched that on Hulu. They had the first season on Hulu.
Yeah. I saw that.
I started watching something. I can't remember. I was listening to a podcast, and I can't remember which podcast I was listening to. I don't know whether it was the Jeff Kanata joint or whether it was one of the podcasts outside of the sports podcast that I listen to. And I don't listen to a whole lot, so it could have been the Jeff Kanata joint, the Game One, or it could have been Everyday Gamers or something like that. But someone mentioned Second Chance.
Yeah. Can't remember who mentioned that.
I think it might have been the Jeff Kanata joint. They had the guy from the other website. I can't think of it. The guy who does the podcast where they only talk about one game. I'm gonna. What the hell? That's gonna bother me until I pull that up. Hold on, give me one second.
The show you're talking about is latest. What is it? Was it the latest greatest best? What is it?
No, it's the DLC. DLC is the show I'm talking about. It's the guy from Quality Control.
Okay.
They had him on, and I believe he mentioned it.
Okay. Okay.
But like Second Chance is about. Have you heard anything about it at all?
Yeah, I know what it is about a guy that comes back to life. I think Everyday Gamers might be the folks talking about it.
Okay, it could be, but it's this guy who was basically, he was a sheriff, but he was old school. Like I'll do whatever to make the case. So he's a disgraced sheriff. He got caught planting evidence and stuff like that. Ooh. So his son is an FBI agent, and he comes across some dudes breaking into his son's house. So, but he's out of work and stuff like that, and kind of chilling, and he catches some dudes breaking into his son's house, and the dudes kill him. They bring him to a bridge, and they throw him over a bridge.
Right.
And so, but these two very powerful twins, like they came up with a thing like Facebook. So they have a lot of money, but one of them is dying, and he seems to be some sort of a genetic match for to help her with her cancer.
Oh, okay.
So they bring him back to life, but in the process of bringing him back to life, he goes from being a 70-something-year-old man to basically a 35-year-old man with all of his memories.
Right.
So it's about like him, but like he still wants to help his son. Okay. So he's no matter what, he still has that cop in him.
Yeah.
So he wants to do right that way. He still wants to help his son. So I watched the first 2 episodes, and it's actually surprisingly really good.
Yeah, but they just moved that to Fridays. I was listening to the and they said that Fox moves everything to Fridays to kill it.
It's gone.
Yep.
I mean, I hope we at least get the first season. Like there's some shows that got canceled after the first season that I still hold to my chest. Like there's and almost all of them are Fox shows though.
Right.
Like like
to me still hurts. I really enjoyed it.
Almost Human, Dollhouse, Firefly. What else got Daybreak. I don't know if Daybreak is Fox though. Daybreak was Fox, I thought. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, all of the ones that I really liked, they got 1 season. They all seem to be on Fox, but yeah, I really enjoyed those. And like people, very, very. I don't know if you can still get it. Last time I checked, it was not on. The streaming services anymore. But Daybreak, if you come across Daybreak, watch that. Is that the one with Taye Diggs or the other one? Yes, it's Taye Diggs. Okay, so that was ABC. That was ABC. Okay, that was ABC. Yeah. Yeah. So Daybreak is like it's a murder mystery mixed with Groundhog Day. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So you got he wakes up and his girlfriend is dead, and he is like trying to solve her murder, but every that same day keeps playing over and over again. So every day he gets to try to further the investigation, but it's based off of the same day. So some of the stuff he has to like do over, and like if something happens, like if he gets shot one of those days, when he wakes up, he's still shot the next day. Ooh. I mean, when it starts over, like something physically happens to him, he still has that the next day. That's a lose-lose situation. So yeah, it's Groundhog Day, but like you carry over some of the stuff. Also, the reason why I came across Daybreak, the guy who does the voice of Rex plays on it. Oh, what's his name? Stephen Barr. I think that's his name. I think so. Yeah. Even though he's not in it a lot, but the guy who plays Rex, I mean, he doesn't talk like Rex in the show. But his voice is really deep. Right. So that's the reason why I jumped on that. Because I was on IMDb and it was like, hey, playing Daybreak, you can watch this now if you want. I'm like, you know what? Yes, I do. Yes, thank you. Yes, yeah, right. Yeah, and then you took a sip of your straw. Yeah. So
So you brought up something cool. So best one season shows. A couple, you of course you brought up Firefly, Dollhouse. Really like those. But there are a couple more that I really liked. I already mentioned Almost Human. One of the ones that I really loved was Constantine. Another one that I love was Eli Stone. If you haven't seen Eli Stone, he's the guy that currently plays the American version, the CBS version with Lucy Liu of Elementary. He's Sherlock Holmes in that one. I think his last name is Miller. But he is a fantastic actor. His name is Donnie Lee Miller. He's great. But the thing about the show is that it kind of had like a musical theme on it, but he was a lawyer who ended up getting a brain aneurysm. And his brain aneurysm ended up not like really getting it worked on. So it would give him like visions. So because it's providing pressure somewhere in his brain, it would give him visions of certain cases that he was supposed to solve, because he was becoming like this very, very nasty lawyer. And he's becoming an unethical guy. And so Eli Stone, he kind of changed it around the way we thought he was getting visions and images from God that would help him solve these cases. And so he started becoming very religious on it. But the show, it was really, really good. And then at the end, like, it would have people in there like Loretta Devine and stuff who would it would break out into musicals sometimes. Like the very first show, like the theme song of the show was Faith by George Michael. And like in the very first show, they actually had George Michael on. And like throughout the season, they had different songs from him and things like that. But it was really good show. It was very, very well done, very well written. The acting was phenomenal. It just was in a terrible slot. And I highly recommend that show. Like, I really do. It's on Amazon Video now. I don't know if it's on Prime, but they said it had 2 seasons. But I don't think it lasted very long in that second season. So, what's up with your phone? You got a phone? You on a phone call? I'm trying to figure it out. Let me see. Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. Well, you can go ahead and do that. Mike has a sound card issue, and he needs to restart his PC. So while that happens, I'm gonna hang here and tell you guys why you should check out Into the Badlands. Unless Mike has something else to say, but I'm gonna say this now. Into the Badlands is, again, it's an AMC show, so you guys know they have the freedom to be as graphic as they want to be. So, all right, you in here twice now.
Yeah, my sound card crashed. I'm gonna have to restart in order for my stuff to work. So I kept trying to send you a message and tell you to check your phone.
Yeah, I just saw it, and I was mentioning it on here, so I don't know if you heard me, but
right now I'm on the phone, so we can work this out. I'm on the phone.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, we still got you. So, okay, so. Here, let me see if I can remove that one. Bam. All right, cool. So I'm just going to explain to people what Into the Badlands is. It is a wasteland, essentially. The Badlands are a wasteland. And it's currently, you have these areas, these territories managed and ran by people called barons. And they have people under them. It's like a military hierarchy and things like that. But, and in their code, the people who serve directly under them cannot have families, because it's the only family that, like, the Baron is the only family they need, right? So that's the initial setup. But in the world, the combat is really strong. It's a lot of hand-to-hand, a lot of sword fighting.
You can't say that without putting it on movie guy voice.
Can't say it without putting on what?
You can't say in a world without putting on the movie guy voice.
Oh yeah, in a world. So it's fantastic though. There are no guns in this universe. It is straight up martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, or weapons, extensions of hand-to-hand. So it is fantastically done. Like, it's shot brilliantly. And I think, let's see, episode 1 maybe, They have the classic. Fight in the rain type of scene. Oh, it's so cold, and there are hardly like any cutaways. Like it is. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot, and I think everyone else will like it. I think the first season is 6 or 7 episodes, and it is really, really good. I knew it was gonna be good. So man, when you get that Fire Stick back, go get that ASAP and give that a shot. If you don't like it after the second episode, put it down, walk away. But it's really good. I strongly recommend it, and yeah, it's filling in my time nicely. So
word up.
Yeah, man. So yeah, but I'm sorry, I had to go back to that. I had to cover that because that show is really too good to be, to not get props because it's really good. It's really good. You got anything else you want to talk about? Like people hating on Xbox for games and stuff. I mean, you probably want to talk about that with Harold or whatnot, but.
No, I mean I don't understand why the whole versus thing still exists in the first place. So it's all kind of dumb, especially when you realize that all of this, the console war or whatever like that is perpetuated by a whole bunch of 40-year-olds.
Yeah, that's odd. Like that is strange.
Like you would think that like this would be a thing for like children. Like children want to do all of this, but like no, it's not the children. These the people who are perpetuating this nonsense are 40 years old, and I'm like, I don't understand. I thought we were adults, and I thought the whole point of this game community was to say, hey, just because it's games doesn't mean it's for children, so we probably shouldn't act like children.
Exactly. Look, man, the average gamer is my age. It has been for 6 years now. The average gamer is 35.
Has it gone up? It was 34.
Well, see, it was when I was 29, it was 29, and then I listened to another podcast the other day, or it was like a report on it was The No, and they said the average gamer being 35. It's like I am that average gamer, but I'm a core. As the average gamer, I'm a core gamer. So to me, I don't understand. Like I have too much going on in my life. Like my 9-year-old now, he used to ask me all the time, Daddy, what's your favorite color? I'm like, I don't really have a really favorite anything, just kind of how it is. I don't really have a favorite anything, and I don't see how people can have a favorite piece of plastic that rotates software at 2,000 RPMs or whatnot or whatever. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's a little weird.
It's all kind of silly, man. It really is. But yeah, I don't understand it. But I guess it's not for me to understand when it comes to this gaming stuff. You know what? I mess with my homies, and
right.
I don't mess with too many outsiders. And at this point, that's kind of the way to be.
Man, that's really the only way we can be right now. Zante from OMG Hour, he was talking about, I submitted something to him about the return of this community, and he was like, well, the community now is just everyone's small little play group. And that's kind of how it is. Unfortunately, I would like the big return of the massive community, but how it is now is just pretty much everyone finds friends, groups up, and that's how they do it.
It's not coming back because there's too much variety right now. The small groups is how the community will succeed from now on, because right now, like, there's so much out there to play. Like back then, like the big AAA releases brought us all together because we all bought them.
Yeah.
Halo came out, we all bought it. Gears came out, we all bought it. Madden came out, we all bought it. Call of Duty came out, we all bought it. Like think about like how many people. But when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I think Modern Warfare 2 was like the last of that big super. Everyone has to have this,
right?
AAA release. After it's all been kind of downhill from there, because once Modern Warfare 2 came out, then you had to split between Ooh, what happened?
Oh, you know what? I was still using the other one. I booted you out of the one on the PC, and I was
Okay, no, I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. So no, we good. No,
okay.
just I think Modern Warfare 2 was the signal that this thing was going to end at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was the last game that everyone I know bought it day one. We were all there. You know what I mean? Like it was the last. I don't think there was anything after that that we were all just like, you know what? We're all getting this, and we're all about to have a great time.
Right.
It hasn't really happened since. Like I've had, after that, there's been a lot of like, small. It's been a lot of the small pocket stuff, but we kept trying to do the big community thing with small pocket stuff, and it just didn't work.
Right. Now,
so I think it's better that we do the small pocket thing now, and it works out. It works out better for all of us, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just, it's just a little saddening for me that we have to come together around the game, whereas we used to come together around the experience of gaming. I think, just gaming in and of itself. And I don't know, I'm just a little sad about it. But at least the saving grace of that whole thing is that the Division open beta starts actually in the morning. So if
I'm not saying one bit. I'm not saying one bit because when we were all about the gaming, we invited everyone, including the riffraff that ended up tearing us all apart.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying,
and that is part of the reason why we're in our small pockets, because of the same people that we were just talking about. These men that want to glorify this stupid console war.
Yeah.
And it's dumb. Like if you care that strongly about the console war, I don't think you're very bright.
Yeah. No.
Especially if if you're perpetuating, like if you have a preference, if you like this one or the other one, that's okay. But also it's a lot of, it's been in gaming for a long time. Like from Mario and Sonic, it's been like that. It's these two things. I like one, and it means I have to hate the other.
It's not necessarily
for a lot of gamers. That's how they feel. Like I like Halo. That means I have to hate Call of Duty, or I love Call of Duty. It means I have to hate Halo, or I like Battlefield, so I'm a jerk. So,
are you looking at not say that?
No, Battlefield is just dumb. Like every no one should like Battlefield. That is like it's dumb. Like Battlefield is stupid. Like it's realism. No, it's not. You get up after you get killed. Like, you respawn. It's not real. Right. It has bullet drop. So what is fun about bullet drop?
Bullet drop to me is like encumbrance. Like it shouldn't be necessary.
Right. Like it's a video game, dog. But yeah, it's just we've for a very long time it's been about, like, I like this one thing, so that means I have to hate this other thing. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Like It's always like a bunch of instances of two things being pit against each other that shouldn't be pit against each other.
Right.
Why does this? And we're doing it right now. Like we mentioned Beyonce, but like Kendrick Lamar did another one of those performances that a bunch of people, got weirded out by because they don't understand. But it's like, well, he did it in a way that Beyonce did it, and Beyonce was trying to be too sexual and stuff like that. But why can't those two things coexist?
Right.
Look, I'm a Redskins fan, but it's all about I hate Cam Newton. Like, it's okay, but you're a Redskins fan, you shouldn't care.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, exactly. The polarization, man, like it started back in politics in the first President Bush's era. When it came down to trickle-down economics, it was a polarization. That entire tactic, I think, was really amplified then. And it's really become a part of how we view everything now.
Yo, dog. Speaking of trickle down economics, I saw this TED talk where this guy who was like a CEO was just like, yo, dog, I hate to break this to you, but rich people aren't job creators. Sorry. We're about making
He said, what? You got to speak up a little bit.
Oh, he said, rich people aren't job creators. Like, that's not how this works. Like, rich people are really good about making money for themselves. Like, we're not out here to create jobs for everyone else. It's about maximizing the money. And that means if I got to send it somewhere else in order to make this money, I'm going to make this money. I'm not worried about the jobs.
Man, there was someone else that I saw. Someone was reading and they were passing. Oh, my guy Fred, I was having lunch with. Shout out to my boy Freddie B, White Chocolate. Anyway, he was telling me that the most successful people ever, like back in the 20s and 30s, like if you look at during like just before the Great Depression and during it, that's the time in America where we've had the most millionaires made ever, like in that short time period from 29 to 35. And he said that one guy, I guess a writer, interviewed all of the successful people, and they pretty summarily, they all told him the same thing. I'm rich because I'm selfish. Like, I'm not putting anything back for my kids. I'm not doing this. The reason I'm rich.
There aren't no nice billionaires.
Right. Right. And that's pretty much it. Like, they are selfish and they do things to maximize these dollars. They don't create these jobs. They go out and do what's best for number one. Right. And that mentality drove them to be successful. But at the same time, it flies in the face of that entire theory. So I'm just, I just want people to go and take a look at these things. I can't remember the name of the book, but he said he's going to send me the name of the book. He told me when I was at lunch with him, but yeah. So it's just amazing, man. Like, and the thing is, people have been splurging the same. I think a lot of people in America don't even know why they believe what they believe. About a lot of different
because like the Beyonce thing, they were told to believe it.
Exactly, man. So
yep.
I don't know. We'll figure out the world problem.
The fact that like I said, people are sheep. So none of the rest of that even matters. People are sheep. Like that's the end of it.
And on just another random note, you're talking about sheep. It reminded me of the Super Bowl commercial that I love with the singing sheep.
I missed that one.
You need to see that one. It's a Honda Ridgeline Super Bowl commercial. You need to check that one out. But the one that me and my son saw again tonight that we just both hated was the Puppet Monkey Baby. It's the weirdest commercial ever.
It was weird, but I wasn't tripping about it like everybody else did. Oh my God, it's creeping me out. Like, hey, it's kind of stupid. It's stupid, but you know what? You ass remember it, don't you?
I remember the Puppet Monkey Baby, but it took me a while to remember what the product was, and then what they were trying to say about the product. Baby. I do remember Puppet Monkey Baby. Just weird.
You keep saying puppet.
Puppet?
You keep saying puppet.
Yes, Puppet Monkey Baby.
It's Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh, it is Puppy because it had
the head of a dog.
Because it had the face of one of the ugliest dogs ever. Wasn't it? Was it a French bulldog?
It was the face of a pug.
A pug. That's what it was.
Yeah, the pug face, a monkey body, and a baby bottom.
Okay, so Puppy Monkey Baby. I just still think it's dumb. I just wanted to put that out there. Just wanted to let folks know. So
it's still like the worst. I'm gonna tell you, the worst. The nastiest, like, oh my God, why did you make this? And as soon as I say it, you're gonna cringe. Watch. Cheese.
Which one?
Cheese.
No. Oh.
I told you.
Yes. Was that the one we came in talking about? Hey, it smelled like they had sex in here or something?
No, it's the one where the dude was eating Doritos and that another dude licked his fingers. Like, tell us some cheese. Like, oh no, man. You can't be out here licking people's fingers.
You can't do that. I remember that one. Was that last year? That was last year, wasn't it?
I think it was. No, it couldn't have been last year. It had to be a couple of years ago.
Okay, maybe it was a couple of years ago. But yeah, boy, that's nasty, man. So what else you got, man? You got anything else before we get up out of here?
No, that's it for me. We can go ahead and wrap this up because You know, I've been holding this phone up this whole time.
I know it. So everybody, that's it for Facetious 17. Thanks for stopping.
You know what? Hold on, wait, don't do that yet. Let me see. Do I get my other phone? Shit, I ain't got my other phone. I was gonna do an Instagram of me holding this phone doing this.
Silly, man. He's silly. But everybody, thanks so much for listening. Hey, we'll be back in your ear again next week. Sorry, we got started a little bit later this evening than normal. At first, we wasn't gonna do it. Mike was like, "Hey, come on and do it. I'm available." So,
I had nothing else to do.
Right. So, but thank you everybody for listening. Many shout outs. Check out openformradio.com. If you want to leave us feedback, you can do so. You can leave me feedback in 3 different ways. I am L Asbury, LASBERRY, just like you see down there in my name on YouTube. And I am also that on Twitter. I am Larry Asbury Jr. on Google Plus, Facebook, and that's my email, Larry Asbury Jr. Just like the name down at the bottom at openformradio.com, and on Steam, Xbox Live, PSN, Nintendo Network, and pretty much any other gaming service. I am Bluemanrule. So that's it for me. Scar, where can they find you, man?
Scarfinger on Twitter, Scarfinger Hood Rich on Google Plus. We're gonna try to see if we can do the GeeksGone Raw group on Facebook again. There's been a little bit of stuff going on in the GeeksGone Raw group on Facebook, so we will try to do that and send stuff to there and Google Plus. So holler at me there, and I'll start trying to post these there also. So let's get this thing popping.
Yep, and also he is Scarfinger 36 on YouTube. So
yes, Scarfinger 36 on YouTube, or you can find all my YouTube stuff through my Google Plus because I still share it all to my Google Plus.
Yep. So everybody, thanks a lot for listening. We'll be back at you again next week. Doses.